Hi, and welcome to another episode of Random and Famous. Today, I have very interesting personality with me. He's the founder of Houston Squash Club. He's also event promoter, and he's promoting a game of squash around the world. And he's crazy about the game. So please welcome Jahanzeb. Jahanzeb, thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me here with you.
Thank you. My pleasure. Jangit, the people who don't know you, just tell us about yourself. What did you do?
Okay, so here I'm in Houston and I'm managing the Houston Squash Club. I'm one of the founder of this club. We started that club last year in October. I'm also hosting a lot of events, coaching elite juniors and beginners, all levels. And I'm also managing the international players like Mazen Hisham, Kareem Abdul-Gawad, Mustafa Asal, Nurun Gohar, Nasir Iqbal, Hamza Khan, and Huzefa Ibrahim.
Yeah.
Trying to take different events to Pakistan as well. So I'm working in Pakistan and here as well.
Okay, so I saw your profile. Like you're from the country where they provided the great Scotch player like Jahangir and Jahanzeb Khan, and you was inspired by them. And you was telling me earlier you was a child when you met actually the great champion Jahangir, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that, how it happened, and how and after that, what was the effect like? How it motivates you?
So my father works for Pakistan International Airline in a sports department. So he knew all the top athletes from different sports. So I tried all different sports, and then in the end, he took me to the squash court where I was hitting the balls, and Jahangir Khan saw me. He asked Jahangir Khan to just see what is my potential in this sport. So he saw me one time, and then he said he has so much potential, and he can go really high in this sport. So just continue playing squash, and allowing him to spend more time on court, so then he can produce good results for your family and for Pakistan. So from there, I started at the age of 6 or I think 7, and then from that time till now, I'm just hooked up with squash.
Okay, interesting. So did you after that you start playing squash, and did you go professionally, or then you move towards more promoting side and coaching the kids?
No, I did professionally. I played professionally. I played international events, domestic events. I played junior level, and then, but then at the age of 21, I realized that there's not a lot of money in the sport.
Mm.
So I said, how can we change that? And then at the same time, I was completing my bachelor's from NED in mechanical engineering. So that was the turning point for me that, how can we change the sport where we can have a lot of money involved like any other sport? So, and at that point, I started to just doing more coaching and then doing more events. So I was in England before I moved to US. I was in England for 3 years and I was working with Ben Ford. And
Okay.
then from there, I just said, just stop playing full-time squash and then just keep doing what I'm doing, like coaching
Yeah.
and everything. So that's what I did 10 years ago.
Okay. So what was the inspiration behind the Houston Squash Club? Okay, you're a founder of that.
Yeah, the inspiration was like every time. Okay, when I moved here in 2011, we only have 4 or 5 members in my club where I was working before. And then from there I started, and last year we had close to 400 members. But then and we only have 4 courts, so it's always a struggle to get courts for the people, and you cannot take this sport to the next level or to the bigger audience if you don't have enough courts. So from there we decided, I have 3 partners in this club, so we all sat together, and then we decided, okay, let's do and open up our own club where we can bring the youth and then expose this sport to different schools and then take it to the next level. So that was the idea behind it, and then that was always, I wanted to grow the sport, and to grow any sport you need to have more courts. So that was the plan behind it, and to have just a squash facility, which we don't have, unfortunately, a lot in the US. I don't know about UK, but in the US it's just like squash is a part of something. So I wanted to change that thing too, that we can only have a squash court and that business can also grow, and it can be a profitable business for anyone.
I think that's the big difference, yeah, because in UK we still have quite a good infrastructure on squash. There's a lot of courts around the city, and not just in London. I'm based in London, but other
Yeah.
cities as well. You have facilities, but I think you're right. In states, it's a different. Not many people actually know about the game.
Yeah.
So great initiative, yeah. Okay, that's great. You have organized and promote various tournaments right around the world. Tell me
Yeah.
about big collaborations which you did.
Last year was the biggest one when I did with BISL, Balochistan International Squash League, and the founder of that is Mr. Prince Umar Agha.
Okay.
So I was working with him, and he wanted to bring international players to the city of Multan, where I think we have only 2-3 courts, and it was pleasure for me, or it will be an honor for me to took close to 24 international athletes to Multan and showed them the good side of Pakistan and hosted the biggest prize money event over there for since I think 2006. So that was my big thing that we did last year, and we have a lot of plans in the upcoming year to host more bigger and better events in Pakistan and in the US.
Okay, great. Yeah. Whoever comes to my podcast, I always ask this question, and I will ask you this one as well. When and what was the first step you took which changed your life? Like it could be a year ago, 10 years ago, but you can
10 years ago, 10 years ago when I left Pakistan.
Right? Okay, why is like that?
Because I think whatever I didn't get it in Pakistan, I was trying to give that back to all the athletes, all the Pakistani players who are playing squash. So what I did when I left Pakistan, I tried to open up more opportunities to the younger players.
Okay.
Like just example I give you for Zeph Ibrahim. He came with to me, I think 6 years ago, and he was at that time 10 years old. So having nothing from his side, bringing him here, giving him the opportunity, taking him to the number one spot in the US in his age under 13, 17, 15, and then make him, so he was very weak in the studies, giving him the opportunity to study here as well, and then give them the platform to play for the schools. So finally, he's in the one of the best schools in Mercersburg in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
He got the 100% scholarship, which is I think $84,000 a year. He got the full scholarship. He's studying there in the 10th grade. So I didn't change his life. I just changed the whole generation, right? So his whole family can get the benefit of that. So I always tell people that when you achieve something, just give back to the community, right? So
Yeah.
if I change his life, if I be a part of that, then tomorrow he'll be doing something for somebody else.
Yes.
So that really motivates me. And then same another story of Nasir Iqbal. He got banned for 5 years. Nobody was supporting him. He was ranked 700 in the world. Bring him back, and now he's ranked 69 in the world. So changing another person's life, it gave me what that gives me. Nobody can replace that happy moment for me in my life.
Yeah. Okay. That's a great message actually. So you had the opportunity to get something, and now you want to give it back, okay, to the community. So no, that's wonderful to hear that. So I think what you said, platform is important. It means you should have a right platform. Do you believe that?
Right platform, guidance, and in your decisions, just don't hesitate. Don't keep any fear in your heart that if this happened, then what will happen? Everything happens for a reason, but you have to go and get it. Just don't get shy. Don't hesitate that if I don't do this, then what will happen to me? Because a lot of people thinking like that in a negative way, right? They need everything settled for them. It's not gonna happen. You cannot achieve the top if everything is settled for you. You have to find your own way. You have to dig in, deep in, and then work hard. You will achieve whatever you want. There's nothing impossible. For me, when I came here in the US, I have only $100. From $100 starting my life, and then now you can see I have my own family living here, my parents with me, a lot of kids travel, they stay at my house, I have my own club. So it is all started from zero. but
Yeah.
everything takes time, but it can be possible.
Yeah. So there are no shortcuts, right? You have
No,
you have to go
yeah,
through the ladder. You can't take the
that's
lift just to go
that's
up,
right.
right?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. So if someone is passionate about the game of squash, right, and they are playing it, or they are not getting the right facilities or right coaching, or they want to play, they watch this game, what message you will give them? What they should do to get better?
To get better, I think they need to be persistent. They just have to work harder, and whenever they get an opportunity, just avail it,
Hmm.
because opportunity is not comes like every day, but whenever it comes, just go and get it.
And
So
coaching is important. You need a
what?
coach for that. Is it?
Yeah, yeah, it's at certain point, yes, you need it, but look, I'm not belong to any squash family, right? I just came by myself. I did it, everything by myself.
Hmm.
So if I can do it, anyone can do it. So that my thing can tell the whole world that you don't have to have a strong family background, or you have to have a source, right, to reach something, or have high contacts to be at the top.
Hmm.
If you work hard, if you're honest,
Hmm.
opportunities will come for you.
Yeah, it's great. I think consistency is the key. You have to be
That's right.
consistent, right?
That's right. But I said persistent. Just
Hmm.
like do it, do it, do it.
Great.
Don't
Yeah.
stop.
Keep going. Yeah, keep going, and you will be there.
Keep
No,
going.
great. Yeah, just that's great message. What would you say to someone who wants to, like, you change your life, right? You said you came in States for $100. Okay, you,
Yeah.
you made it. You had a great achievements in your career. What would you say to someone who wants to change their life? I'm not talking about just sports or in anything in business or personal achievement, but they are scared of certain things. They are not confident enough, or they think they are not, or they think they're what family members will say or the friends will say. What message you will give to that person?
I think first of all, yeah, number one, there's no shortcut, right? So you have to work hard. When you work hard, opportunities will come, and when it comes, just avail it and keep pushing yourself. No matter what people will say, just listen to your heart. Whatever, if your heart is saying that you can do it, you will do it. So just keep working hard through for that. And then I think when you're honest with your work, and you know that this is the system which can take me to the where I want to go, you will get that. So just be in the system, follow the rules, and be working really hard to achieve the top in any sport, in any profession you want, and I think you will get it.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. You just keep pushing it. Okay, Jahanzeb, tell me that incident. Earlier, you mentioned me with the Lifetime company, which basically asked you to come US while you was not getting the visa. What happened? What was the story?
So in 2003 I came here for the US Junior Open, and I won that championship. I came, I played, and I went back to Pakistan. And then when I went back, so my visa got expired. So I applied it for to renew my visa, and then they refused me for the first time. And then I just keep trying it. And it took me 9 years, and I was keep trying to get the visa, and they refused me 9 times. And from there, I was working in London, and then from there they just found me. Lifetime is a big organization. They heard about me, and then they approached me to get a job here, and I accepted. But I had an interview with Daniel Moore. She was the director of squash, so she spoke to me like 5 or 10 minutes, and then in 10 minutes she decided that she want me in Lifetime. So
Amazing.
somehow I was persistent, and I was just keep trying and trying.
Mm,
And then finally I got the visa, but when they hired me, I got again refused. Then they used their legal team, and then finally I got it. So once when I reached to Houston, I asked her, what did you see me in just 10 minutes
yeah,
of talking? And then you said you need me here in any cost. So then she mentioned me that I hired so many people and I fired so many people. The fire and the hungriness I saw in you,
yeah,
I couldn't find in anybody else. So that's why I said I need this person with Lifetime, so then we can grow. And then here you see,
yeah.
from 4 members to reach 400 members. From $10,000 tournament, I hosted with Lifetime $70,000 tournament, and many events I did. Like with Lifetime in 10 years, I did 100 international events.
Okay.
So it's
truly inspiring. Yeah, that shows you the example, right? Clear, like if you're persistent and just keep going, and you achieve the target, achieve the results.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's true. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. Okay, Jahanzeb, thank you so much coming to my podcast. Really appreciate that. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to talking to you. Hopefully we'll connect sometime very soon again.
Sure. Thank you. And to my audience, I'll see you in my next episode. Thank you and bye now.
You take care. Bye.